Well, no matter what it is that you have, let's pull up real quick to Black women in the card game
Yeah.
industry.
Yes.
Yes. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it. I love it. So I just jumped into what are y'all drinking, and we didn't even really do introductions. So for those of you who are joining and who don't know me because you follow Spill It Card Game, I'm Liz, and I am the founder of Up Cards. It's the first Black collegiate drinking card game that will give you nostalgia and make you up. But we have been dedicating these last few lives to collaborating with fellow Black-owned card games. So Christian, Elexxus, Brandy, I want to turn it over to you all to talk a little bit about, like, you know, how your card game came to be, college friends at Hampton University, wine nights turning into a drinking card game. So would love for you all to introduce yourselves.
Okay. I can start, and then I can start with a little background about our card game, and then Brandy can do the how we came up with this idea. So my name is Elexxus. I am 1/3 of Spill It.
We have it's like 1/3 of us, and it drives us crazy, but it's like such a good intro. There are 3 of us, so like, yeah, you kind of have to say it, but it just sounds so. Hey everybody, my name is Brandy Pitts.
Oh, it's my turn now. Hey, I'm Christian. 3/3 of Spill It, I guess, because Brandy, you forgot. Come on now.
It drives me nuts.
Right. Good things come in threes. Good things come in threes. So we are like the founders of Spill It Card Game, and we created Spill It because we really wanted to have a safe space for people to laugh, drink, talk, have good thought-provoking conversations. When we look back on our college years, we were just like, man, like these moments made our friendship. We like to say that like college brought us together, but wine night made us friends. And so we wanted to create a game that gets people to ask those deeper questions, start off like on one tier, and then just go down a rabbit hole and share stories and get to know your friends a little bit better, get to know the people around you better. And then also make new friends. Every time that we've played this game, we've made friends when they were strangers. We learned a little bit more about each other every single time. Like it never gets old to us. And it's different every time we play it. I mean, we create the questions, tested the questions, retested them, and like every time we play them, it's new every single time. So we just wanted to create an energy where people feel welcome to be themselves authentically. Like our tagline is speak your truth, ignite conversation, and play at your own risk. And that is really, really what we aim to do in like a safe space while you're drinking a little bit or drinking a lot of it. And we encourage to drink a lot of it so your authentic self can be here. So that's a little bit about the game and what our intentions is with the game. And then I'll let Brandy talk about how we came up with this idea.
So wow, throwback. Shout out to school. We all went to Hampton University, and I don't know what we would have done without like our HBCU. Like it was a great time. Even just school. That's where you kind of develop yourself. That's kind of where you kind of find things. And I don't know if you remember this or not, but when B Simone like had like $1 million in her savings account, we were all like we were on the phone like, dang, like we could do that, you know, like I could put $1 million in my savings account. And we were all MBA majors, so it was like, all right, what can we be doing, or what are we good at, or what is something we're passionate about that we can turn into like a product to be able to like give to people. And business is important to us to kind of give us that establishment to kind of figure out our footing in the industry, what that looks like for us as like individuals and our families. So this is a good playing ground with each other. To kind of build that out and kind of see like what that means to us. So then was the birth of Spill It. Wow. And so the game is like in 3 levels, and people think like one is harder than the other, but not really. That's not the tea. Really, each level is its own fun. But sometimes you answer questions better the more you've been drinking. So certain questions we put at the end. So when you've gotten to that point, you're feeling more encouraged, you're ready to answer, you know, like kind of where you are, you know, you're in the safe space. So your answer is now even more unfiltered and even more raw. So, there's different activities, different questions, just from things that we talked about in school, things that come up on social media. Yes, 3 levels. And you start with encourage people to start with the yellow level, then purple, and then build up to the blue. That's my favorite color. So it's like boo bam. You know, I love it. It's a good time at the end. So that's kind of like how to play Spill It and kind of like how we got to where we are today.
I love it. I want to see if Christian, did you have anything you wanted to add to what Elexxus and Brandy already shared?
No, I think they covered the most of it. I think the only thing that I might just add is that the actual like Spill It got started when we were like in senior year of college. Grad year. I think honestly we had just gotten out of, shout out to Dr. Sherrod. I know he's probably not on social media, but if he was here, I want to give him a clap. Because even though he put us thing, like it was coming from his class and saying we need wine, and then like just like looking at stuff that was on social media, looking at stuff that was on Twitter, you know, listening to Strawberry Letters on the radio, and then you heard something funny. It's like, well, what do y'all think of this? And we would start by, you know, arguing. Sometimes we would argue. Sometimes it was like, oh yeah, nah, I agree. Like it could be either or, like, but it would just be in like a plethora of different conversations. Like it would start one way, and then next thing you know, you're talking about something else, but they're all in the same line. So, I mean, that's pretty much how Spill It is. Each category is no specific, like, this is what we're going to talk about for yellow, purple, blue. It's all just kind of conversation starters. And you just start with the Spill It card and you see what follow-up questions come. Somebody might have a funny ad lib or a one-liner, and it's like, hold on, what did you just say? Explain that. Let's unpack it. So,
Right.
You know, a good way for people who don't know each other to get to know each other, but then also for friends to, you know, just kind of share some stories. I mean, we all got those stories that we love retelling, even though everybody that they're with. So, and it's just as funny. So, yeah, that's all I'll add.
Yeah.
That was a little, I said I didn't have anything to add.
And to wrap this up, because I know we're going to play today. So in lines with what Christian said, like these are conversation starters, not the end of the conversation. So we like to say we never like to settle for an answer without the story behind it. So if you got an answer, we need the story behind it. How did it get there? And I'll rewind that back and do that again. You got to let us know. So it is supposed to open the door to so many conversations and so many things. So we're excited to play and talk.
I love it. But what I'm so excited to play because I haven't played yet. I literally took the plastic off because, like, hello, the first time I play, if I can play with the founders, like, and it's recorded, so I can always revert back. No, they said this was the rule. You know, when people try to make up their own. No, they said I can play. But I also think that this is really unique that it's three of you. So I would love to, on one end, a question is, how is the dynamic working with three friends? So that's one question. And then another question is just like, how did y'all meet in college? Like, if y'all, was it the dining hall? Were you in the same dorm? Was it through mutual friends? So two questions for you all, because I think that's unique in itself.
You want to take what?
Okay.
We could divide it up. I could take the working together, and then if you want to take the friends, how do we meet? Or we could do vice versa. The first way? Okay, cool. How is it working together with three strong Black women? Yeah, it is that. Yeah, like
let me pour up.
Exactly. We're the same. Me and Kristen is the same sign, and like Brandy is Brandy. I'm sorry, you could be part of our gang, but no, I'm just kidding. We like to say we're actually friends in real life, like not just business partners, not just like college classmates. We actually have a friendship. So that's one piece of it. I think that's the foundation of it. So that's the underlying respect. So we wouldn't say anything, do anything that's disrespectful to the core of who we are as a person.
What are your signs, real quick though?
We're me and Kristen are Sagittarius, and Brandy is an Aquarius.
Having it off.
Okay, is that air or water? Aquarius.
I'd be lying to you if I could tell you off the top of my head.
Okay, it's not that deep. Okay, Sagittarius, happy early or belated birthday to
Early
you both.
Early.
They coming up.
They coming up.
They
coming
coming
up.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's one thing. But like, we're friends in real life, so we have that respect for each other as friends. And then when it comes to business, we hold each other accountable. So we meet twice a week, every week. Like, it doesn't fail. And if somebody's late, we're just like, all right, what you doing? Get on here. We make assignments. We have tasks. We have action items. And then we hold each other accountable to that, because we don't want this business to fail. But then also, like, it's like, dang, I can't let my friends down, because we are real friends. And like, I think we try to keep that undertone, but then I also think we try to keep it separate, to where like, okay, we could talk about business, and then when that's over, we kind of shut that down and start talking about our weekend, or like this place that we just went, or like, oh, we're gonna go on vacation, and like, let's do that. So it never, to me, it never transfers over. So even if we had like a rough business day, it's just like, but y'all going out this weekend? Because I kind of want to drink. Y'all want to drink? Like, we switch modes like this, because we are true friends. So I think that's the beauty of the game too. It wasn't made just for like profit, or just for like business, or just to have a good card game. Like, it was made because these are the conversations that we are genuinely having as friends. These are the debates, the arguments, the back and forths, the like, no, you crazy, or like, what story? When did that happen to you? And where was I? Because I've known you for 5 years. Like, you know, like, these are the things that we actually talk about, which is why we wanted to make this type of game. So I don't think it interferes at all. I think if anything, it allows us to really be like, okay, I can't let my friends down. I can't let my business down. And I want to see my friends succeed. So therefore I have to succeed too, you know?
Yeah. And I think we all have our own like separate strengths too. So we're never really stepping on each other's toes. Like, where I might fall short, they gonna pick it up, and vice versa. So like, Brandy, that's our accountant right there. Shout out to the money queen. Lex, she's like the extrovert. Like, she gonna get some things happening. She gonna get in somebody's DMs. Like, she's the one that's like social butterfly. And then I think with me, it's just like, I just be sitting here like playing on, I got all these ideas in my head, and I don't even know how to get them out. And so I just talk to them, and then it's like, oh, okay, this is what you're trying to say. So it's like, I feel like we all just mesh really well together, and like, it's just a balance. So yeah.
And I think, really, we not new to this. We really true to this. Like, we are friends because we were in the same major. So for 5 years, we were taking the same classes. We went to Hampton University, all graduated with, we were in a 5-year MBA program. So we were really study group buddies too. So we were used to having to, okay, girl, we going out tonight. Who gonna set the alarm for in the morning because we got a test, you know? Or like, we need to sit here. We need to pull the all-nighter. We genuinely do not know the content. Let's figure it out. Or who can we call? Who got the answer to this? Like, you know, you kind of got to pull your resources together to figure things out. So we had honestly created that balance in school. So by the time it was our 5th year, we studied together, we partied a little bit together, and now it's just us on campus with each other. We don't have like all our regular campus friends. People have graduated, you know, so here we are looking at each other, and you kind of mesh together, and you see each other more, just because you're taking more classes together. You're taking morning classes and sleeping the whole day, taking night classes. So I woke up with you, had to talk to you in between to get the assignment done, and then I got to see you tonight, you know? And so we had that balance, but still to say we're still figuring it out, you know? like I said, it's 3 very independent Black women. We all have corporate jobs. We all don't mind putting our foot down, and we all have kind of gained our voice from attending school, from kind of finding that self. So we don't back down easily, especially when you're passionate about something. But I think we're growing in that aspect. We're kind of figuring it out. Well, did this work for us? Did this not work for us? We're always going back to the drawing board as well too. And I think that's one of the keys, is kind of leaving that space open for you to grow. Like, don't kind of like get set in your roles, because I mean, we're changing as people every day. Our environments are changing, so adjusting with that along with each other has been it's been fun. It's been an interesting experience.
I love that. I also love that, like, you all not only met in college, but you're in the same major and you do have a business background because, you know, you were in the MBA program together, study nights together. So like, even though you might be new to the card game industry, how has that MBA background like helped you and benefited you in pursuing your own business together?
Oh, yeah. So there's a few different sayings that I feel like kind of encompass it all. Like, one is that we got your back, but not your slack type of thing. And honestly, it's like all the soft skills that we learned in the 5-year program really kind of just set us up to be go-getters, to want to have ownership in the things that we're doing, to be able to do things and not it being like, oh, I can't do this because of X, Y, and Z. Like at Hampton, it was like, if you look at, I mean, if we were to pull our like college resumes of all the stuff that we was doing, it's a miracle that we made it out with good grades. Like, because we were just like, I mean, in organizations, working full-time in school, leadership positions across the 5-year program, across the School of Business, work studies, all of that. And it really just kind of set us up like to prepare to know how to do these things. And then like even some of the courses, like not necessarily like the technical, like line by line in the syllabus type of stuff, but like just some of those transferable skills. Like when we talk about like supply chain and logistics, and now we're sitting here and we have our own kind of miniature supply chain going, and how are we going to scale that up? You know, negotiations, having to talk with other people, and, you know, partnership and working with other groups of people just across the game industry. But then also, you know, when it comes to social media, hiring somebody to edit your videos, hiring somebody to do photography. You know, it's just like all of these little soft skills and transferable skills from certain courses that we have. It was like water. Like we just took to it because it was muscle memory at this point. And then on top of that, you know, like Brandy was saying, we all got our corporate jobs, but corporate is great. But it's like, we're talking about establishing generational wealth and being our own bosses. It was like, okay, something's got to give here because this is not given. So like, let's figure this out.
It's not
giving
what it's supposed to give.
Not what said it was going to be.
Everybody had a side hustle. So it was really easy for us to just be like, well, shoot, I mean, we did it then, we can do it now. So I think it's really just copying and pasting in a different environment what we already knew. It's nothing new.
And then let me just say this to add on, like, we're really big on professionalism. Like that's a very foundational part in the 5-year MBA program, like how you present yourself, like how to be professional. And that is one thing that we want to bring to Black businesses, and then the card game industry in general. So like our packaging is thoroughly thought through. Like the details, when you put your hand over the letters, you can feel it. Like the thank you cards, the cards itself, like nothing was blurry on here. Nothing is like half done. Nothing is have nothing. Like we don't play that type of stuff. And we also want to set a standard for Black businesses it should look like the Uno game, like when you would get it, or it should look like any other card game that's going to be on a Target shelf. And you shouldn't even know the difference. Like, oh, this is a Black game, or this is like,
right, better.
So
because we
exactly. We want that level of professionalism to transcend like our business, but also kind of set the standards, will increase the standard for Black businesses in general. Like we shouldn't expect half done things, you know? So that is another thing that we strive to do with our business and how our business background has helped us.
Yep, the standard of excellence. We know that one well too.
Yeah, that's real. It's real.
School also gave us like touch points. Like we kind of know stuff should be done. We don't necessarily know how to do it. Kind of know like maybe we start thinking about this. I only say this because recently we are like in the process of like filing for our trademark and stuff like that. But it's like if you wait too long, or if you're not thinking of that, then you just don't know what you'll get into. So it's like stuff that we know we should be doing. That growing to like have different touch points of like, here's at least in the area you should shoot for. So you can just where that topic is alive, you know, to kind of research and have that for ourselves.
Yeah. KJC89 said yes, generational wealth.
Period.
And I heard this one quote. It was just like, what is a business if your family don't know how to run it? Like, what is passing down things if you haven't taught them how to do what you've created? I mean, they're just gonna run into the ground. So I think that's something that we are setting, like standards, procedures, outlines. Like our documentation looks like a multi-million-dollar company because we're gonna get there one day. But also, like, that foundation is key.
And then even with that, like, foundation, our families are, like, crazy supportive. Like, I'll be in awe. Like, all of our moms, I mean, they just a different breed right there. And I think my mom is on the live. So, hey, Mommy.
Yes.
Oh.
Hey, Christian mom.
But, like, but I tell you, not only are they like our prayer warriors, they be having dreams and stuff about like this. I just had this idea. Y'all should think about doing this, and they're confirming a lot of the stuff that we've already had conversations about. But then it's also like when we got a sale or we're doing a giveaway or, you know, we're posting new pictures and stuff. See, she just said hi. When we have all of those things, like they are like the first ones to like repost. Half the time it's like I can't even repost it on my own Instagram. My mama already done reposted it. Or you know, she'll take the cards with her wherever she goes. And so like next thing you know, it's like, hey, there's this, I know back where I'm from, like there's this like arcade bar. So they have like arcade games and then they also have like board games and stuff. And when I tell you this woman was working the owner to like get him to like let us bring decks. And so like now like he has the decks out on like all of like their tables throughout the bar. And so like these are just like the little things of like, you know, somebody really riding for you. And I mean moms do that anyway, but it's just like just across the board, that family support from it's a blessing. So I wanted to shout her out because I saw her in there too. But yeah.
I feel like you're about to target, but I guess I have a question for you. This is the first time we have done like a live with another Black card game business, so this is exciting. So like, how was your transition into just like, you had this idea and then it's like, dang, I gotta like find somebody to make it. You know, you gotta find somebody to print it. You gotta figure out what it's gonna look like. So I guess, how is that for you? Because I know we could probably relate, but it'd be nice to hear it from somebody else.
Oh yeah. So it's funny because I feel like in talking with a lot of other game makers, the ideation is the easy part. So first of all, I went to the University of Georgia, which at the time was like a #1 party school, whatever. But also like I was a resident assistant on campus. So I already know about like putting together icebreakers and activities to get freshmen on top of that to actually attend your event, not just for the food. So I used to have like rooms full of my residents who are now customers of the game. And so when it came to the concept and like coming up with the questions, that part was easy. Like you all said, testing it, focus groups, because, you know, our people will let you know if it's trash.
Yeah,
and I'd rather get that part out of the way before putting it out in the universe. But then I found it interesting that identifying manufacturers was not as easy as I thought. So I thought like Vistaprint, no, custom front and back, trying to figure out like what specific materials I wanted to use and just kind of navigating through iterations. Okay, like, okay, this is cool, but like long term, maybe this type of material won't work, etc. Having to request samples, but then also realizing that not every manufacturer is going to like give you one of these so you could figure out if you like it. Like you have to do a print proof, but the print proof is not, it doesn't look like this.
No.
So
Or $20 for just the one.
Thank you. I was like, let me just do digital and just
without
like,
shipping,
rearrange this myself. So it's been a lot of trial and error along the way, especially like I don't necessarily have an MBA, but I do have like public relations experience and stuff like that. And I'm a fire sign, I'm an Aries, and so I'm very type A. And there are certain things that I just, while I'll always carry, you know, myself professionally, I also had to remember to give myself grace because I'm doing this solo for the very first time. And so all of that being said, it's definitely been a journey and a lot of learning along the way. We just hit our 1-year anniversary. And even to this day, I find myself like, let me tweak this and that. So like, I remember like a few months ago, I had a post about like, do you have the original packaging? Like now we've like transitioned, trademarking. We changed our name, realizing that other card games had blackout in the title spelled differently, and that matters. So but then I was like, poet that's kind of better anyway. So it all worked out. All of that being said, it's been a learning journey. And yes, I'm happy to talk with like fellow Black women in business who get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Especially that manufacturing. We almost had a lawsuit on our hands.
Mm-hmm. Well, that I wanted to geek out a little bit because, now I've been talking with with companies, like other Black owned companies who have been doing this. So like, can you talk about your process? Like, did you decide international versus domestic? Did you go with different manufacturers along the way? Like, I want to geek out a little bit and get into like, card game industry stuff.
Yeah. No, I felt that. It was yeah.
You said they had the wrong ones. They almost had
the wrong. Listen, I was so like, it was gonna be funny to me because I was gonna take it to like Judge Mathis or some stuff. Like it was gonna be on TV, and we were not going to lose. Like y'all got the wrong ones. He wasn't gonna lose, and I'm gonna embarrass you on national television and big up our brand and let yours sink. like no. And I'm
right.
But thank God.
We'll call Miss Polar real quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick.
Polar.
Don't
play with us because we are not them. We are not one of them. Not at all. No, sir.
Story time.
Listen, Judge Mathis called me about 2 weeks ago. Was just like, do you still have a case? I was like, no, it's okay.
She really called me. That was the kicker because she was yelling about it, and then she was like, "Well, the lady said we got a story," and I was like,
"We got a story. We got a story." Like, yeah.
We just like were talking with one of the vendors, and it was a lot of card game vendors we found out are overseas, a lot of Indian vendors. So there's definitely like a communication barrier, one on that. And then honestly, like it's not easy to always get what you have in your head outside. So first of all, I got to figure out how to communicate what I'm looking for. And I kind of don't know because I'm guessing along the way, this first time doing it. We don't know. We just try what sound good, So, so with that, the communication barriers that we just were not like getting what we needed. And it's hard because you have to order, like you said, big orders, and they come in and it's like, well, then it's a delay on shipping because something happened overseas, and then it was the pandemic. And then here I got to go through email and I have to have a track record for that. And then on top of that, we are who we are. Why is the word blurry? I can't do anything with this. I can't send this to my customers because, we are so we care about like what it looks like. So it's hard. Even to this day we're like still trying to figure it out. The last orders have been from American companies just because we wanted to put our hands on it and have that communication. I know like we're looking overseas, and honestly we were talking to one of the card games that are like one of the meme ones, one of the people that help us with
what do you meme or
And it was crazy because he was saying like you can get this down to like 60 cents for like the day for production wise, and I was like 60 cents, like what that would do to my like.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it's
I'm gonna DM you after this. Where's he at?
We're still trying to figure it out. Like so, it's stuff like that, but then you have to like get the funding to do 1,000 decks, and then that's. Correct. Pray about that too, because 1,000 decks, that's what you want from me. Where are we gonna put them at, but it's a learning experience. And I think one thing I have really learned is that you just don't know, and the best you can do is try and then revise the plan.
Correct.
Figure it out next and just take it as a learning lesson. I think things just are not always going to go how they planned in your head, so you gotta be flexible to deal with whatever is coming up.
Whew.
Yeah, because it ain't hard out here to make stuff.
It is. And then when it doesn't show up right, but then they still want the money for what was wrong.
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
I am not a satisfied customer.
I'm
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah. Lex harassment department. She gets a job done.
That's my job, harassment.
Oh my gosh. Well, hey, you said everybody has their different roles to play, and sometimes you need to lay it on down. So
yeah, it's all the bad cops, but like she's the bad cop.
Oh my gosh. All right. We got viewers here. Like, let's hold on. Because I do it, and then you might laugh at the end, but I still need what I need. It's just like, oh, I need this, and I'll make it a little funny. So you're going to joke a little bit, but then I still need my stuff on time. So, I mean, that's just...
Ask her.
Right. And if you can get it, or you can get it, and early is on time, and on time is late. And if it's late, don't even bother asking where this check is at, because where was them cards at when I asked?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, shipping timelines are another thing in itself. But that's another story for another day.
We can take that offline.
What I wanted to know is, how long have y'all been in business? So I know you said you met in college, the idea started in college, and then like it was a 5-year program inspired by one of your classes. You came from class and you just like started putting it into, visionary mode. But like, when did it start, like as an idea? When did you like actually get the cards in your possession, and like, how has it been from there?
Well, as an idea, it started during the pandemic. Like, we had the idea itself started while we were in school. We just didn't know it yet. And then the pandemic hits, we all stressed out. And I think this was the day that B. Simone had, showed off her.
Y'all need to get her.
We do.
Yeah, she had showed off her little savings account, and we was like, dang. And then like we all just sitting here, it's just like, okay, corporate can't be it. Like, this adulting thing is hard. I'm working all this time, and I'm working for somebody else. I don't sign my own checks, and I'm struggling with that. Like, I have to come to terms with that. And then, it was like, well, what can we do to where it's like we need another stream of income. Like, let's talk about revenue. Like, what can we do? And so like we just kind of sat there and started talking, and like we just throwing stuff at the wall, just waiting for something to stick. And I can't remember which one of us said it, but it was like, what about wine night?
I think it was you.
It was you. It was Christian. She was like,
it was you.
Yeah. I think that was like March 2020, April 2020. Then.
April 2020, and we launched officially in August. So we just hit 1 year not too long ago as well. So
yeah. It feels good.
It does feel good. So,
yeah.
Yep.
And I
still be afloat, because a lot of people too, it's like you start your business, you start putting money into it, you doing stuff, and you see it and it's like, oh, I don't think this is gonna work out, or you just fall flat on your face. Neither have happened. And even just within just all the stuff that we're doing, like we have so many different ideas of where we want to take this. Like, no matter what we do, if we just stick to card games or we're doing something else, it's like we know that we're in the right spot. Mm-hmm. So if we're failing up. We're not falling back.
That's good.
Yeah,
I think to like launch in July or something like that. It was like, all right, you said a date, like, all right, let's do this then.
Yeah, we did. It was July. We didn't want to wait. It's just like, we don't have everything together, but we're going to figure it out. And we knew we was going to figure it out.
Yeah. And I think one thing that like the first deck is so good is because we didn't release it until it like really felt right. And I'm sure you probably there are some questions you're like, dang, is this good enough? Or like, what should I add to this? And then finally it just like, it felt good. Everything we looked at was like, yeah, this is it. Like, you kind of get a little tingly feeling inside. Like, yeah, all of this, the packaging, the questions that are here together, the way we put the questions in order, like this could be it. So finally it felt real good and we had everything in hand. And yeah, what was that? September, August, 29th?
It was August.
Our official launch.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. And I think that's a big part of like people who have ideas or entrepreneurs and stuff like that. Is like, you have so many things to do, and sometimes you get so caught up in a checklist that you don't even get the product out there. So for that, I just say like, you just have to do it. Like just do it. Like kind of like Nike. Just put it out there, and then it will correct itself. The audience will correct it. Like you have time to refine it, but you got to put it out there and see. And then to Brandy's point, we didn't put it out there until we felt good, but also like we knew that we were playing the long game, like, and we knew that we have something of quality. So like when we take like this conversation and like this, how it can impact rooms and transform rooms and energy, that's so serious for us. Like if we can laugh and joke and have a good time and feel like I learned something new about y'all after we've been talking every day almost, and we just played the game for 30 minutes, like that means a lot. So like building those connections with people, like that's what we really, really wanted to do. So when we knew we felt that, it didn't matter like if all of our ducks were in a row. Like we just knew, all right, we got enough. Let's put it out there. This is the feeling. This is the energy. Like we can work with this, you know?
Yeah. And perfectionism, it's very hard being Black women in business, because perfectionism can be the enemy of progress. Like you're saying, if you're stuck on, no, I can't do anything until this checklist, someone's gonna put the game out before you do, you know? And it's like, damn, I waited too long. But then you also know that you're sitting with the pressure of, my game has to be like twice as like it has to be better than all those games out there, because people are going to be like, oh, there goes that, you know, game created by Black people. You know, the pressure is high, the stakes are higher. So it's this conundrum. But at the end of the day, I love that you all decided to move forward with what felt right to you all. It's like you can have pressure from this side and this side and this side, but ultimately collectively it's like, nah, I think this one is it. It might not be perfect, but I think it's time. And I think that's important to identify that for yourself and not let all of these outside factors determine it for you.
Yeah. It feels good. Like, it feels good to watch other people have a good time playing your game. And we had gotten to the point, we were just in rooms and trying to like kind of back ourselves out of it. I used to be having such a good time. Like, and it's, I don't know, it feels so good, and we've seen it happen like plenty of times. Even, I mean, we play with the same people and get new answers, you know?
Yeah, or you play with people, like nobody knows each other, and then just watch like a relationship being built like right before your eyes. Like during our, we had a brunch for our 1 year. And, you know, we had, you know, invited people out in Charlotte to, hey, come to the brunch, whatever. Most people didn't really know each other. And so, like, by the end of this, these are also people who were also business owners, well-connected. It was like, okay, so we don't know each other. Everybody kind of little corners. And then all of a sudden, we start playing. And then by the end, people are handing out business cards. People are talking about, oh, I'm having this event next week. You should come by. And you saw how somebody, just by having certain conversations, that trust being built just within that moment. Because it's like, okay, you shared something that was either vulnerable or real and authentic, and I can get down with that because I shared something too. And we might not have agreed on it, but I like where you're going. I like your thought process. And seeing how, okay, we went from screaming at each other to shaking hands and passing business cards, and you know, so it's just like you can literally see the room shift when we're playing these games. And, you know, I mean, the card game is part of it, but just the experience to watch that happen, like, that's a moment. Like, so.
That's for all entrepreneurs too. I feel like if God has given you something in your spirit to do and to put out there, you know, my mom told me like delayed obedience is disobedience. Like we couldn't sit, we didn't have a choice, you know, like we didn't have a choice to sit on this or to just wait till everything was right. You got to get it out there and the rooms will work itself. Like things will shift according to you, because it's going to be great according to the lane that, you know, was destined for us. So like we can sit here and pull up, and we're excited to play your game. But we definitely are. And just know we're just both going to blossom because we're both doing our things, and it's there's room. There's more than enough room for you. There's more than enough room for all of us to eat 10 times over, in abundance. So it's just like that's what, and I'm sure your card game does the same thing, like transform rooms, especially with young college kids too. Like that's a breeding ground of just minds and just, man, it's crazy. And so like we get to sit here and have these conversations with you, and if we just never would have put that step out there, we wouldn't be here, you know. That's that.
No, absolutely. And I think so before we, and it's so funny because it's like I feel like I could already just talk to y'all forever. Like I wish that you all were physically close so we could just have a wine night and just be up all night. So before we get into playing Spill It, and then yes, we will definitely play a few rounds of Pull Up Card Game too. From each of you, I would love to hear what is one success that you would like to pull up to. So I know you all have been in business for more than a year, but if you had to only choose, what's one success in your business that you would like to pull up to?
That's good.
In our business.
Okay, I'll go first, but this is crazy because I'm in here throwing stuff. We were talking about the trademark stuff earlier, and we have been recently going through that process. And the other day I geeked out, and it's because like we have like a lawyer, you know, but it's like, that's cool. You got somebody like official on your team. And so I would like to, I say I would pull up to professionalism and having solid teams around us. And I actually found the lawyer through Support Black Colleges. They have like a book of like resources. And so they have people to like kind of go through and help you do that. And we got it through there. So it's a Black firm that we're working with. And she's great, you know, but it was like these little 3 Black girls got a lawyer on their team. Start sending emails talking about from my lawyer. And it was just so cool. So here's to that.
I have one. So like Christian said, like part of my job is harassment, meaning like I be in everybody's DMs or on pages stalking. Like I knew about Pull Up before you even like talk to us. Like I knew, like I was like, oh my gosh, like they're great. They're not gonna pay no attention to me, but let me just stalk them. Like I save y'all posts and stuff. I love it. Like, so one of the things, like, and I used to DM like a lot, like, hey, like we have this, like I just want to talk to you guys or like see if we can do something. And one of them was cups and combos, and I individually follow their page, and then like Spill It, like of course. And I love like their page and the content and how funny and just raw and unfiltered it is. I DM'd them like months and months and months ago. It took them like maybe 5-6 months to get back to me, but when they did, I was just like, oh my gosh. So like I think I want to toast to like us being recognized by other brands that we admire. So yes.
I'm still trying to think.
I was like, bring us home, Christian. These have been good. These are pretty good. Trademarking and, you know.
Yeah. You know what? For me, I would like to pour it up for 3 business majors putting together a website when we are not web developers. Like putting to like all the stuff that we like were able to put together and like create like this interactive, fun, authentic website. We didn't know what we was doing, and we was just like, I don't know, I think this looked right, let's just figure it out. And we figured it out. So, you know, I think that that's just to say, like, even if you think that you don't have the tools, you probably do. You just need to get in there and figure it out. And I think across just all the stuff that we've been doing with Spill It, and I know for sure, like with your card game too, we don't know what we're doing. We just, it sounds right. It sound right. You know, I haven't done it today. It's something new. It's like, okay, I guess we can figure this out. I don't know how to do that, but we gonna make it shake, and it happens, and it be right.
And it be right. That's right.
Right.
Hold up to that.
And it be right.
Y'all are gonna have to go back and record that because I loved it. Like each of y'all's share outs. Pull Up, y'all are doing a damn thing. I'm super excited to be on with you all, and now I'm super excited to play a few cards from Spill It. And yes, y'all have killed it with the packaging. I was like, oh, let me in this little magnetic thing. Like,
Yeah.
you might have to, don't be surprised if you see
The magnet.
out of the
Yeah, girl,
cardboard.
get the magnetic.
This is legit, y'all, and very unique because, you know, there are a lot of card games out there. So how do you stand out? And also, I wanted to give y'all kudos. The website, to know that y'all did that collectively, your website is amazing. So for everyone who's tuning in right now, we are not hopping off this live, but I do want you to go check out the website. I don't know if one of you all want to like drop it in the chat so people can see.
I will.
Now that you know that they collectively, MBA majors, not website like software development, computer science majors, but MBA majors made this website collectively. Yeah, the website is fire. So,
We put our foot in.
It was a lot of, that was a lot right there.
yes. Okay, let me pin the
One
website.
craft that she was okay. I've been playing this all weekend, and we all looked at it. I think I screamed in the middle of the call because I was like, "Oh my god, it's so good! How you do that?"
That's my baby. So I appreciate this website came a long way. And we like were in the point where we were just like making, I don't know, you know, like if you go build a website, you have like different pages and you can like edit on the pages. I mean, so we have like different channels, like this Christian page, this Lex page, and we're like, well, what's the best out of all of them?
And we literally took the best out of, because each one was just like, that's not, it's just not all right. It's like the, you know, little 340s and stuff.
Oh, by the way, before we play, I always like to do a little shout out of people who are on the live with us. So shout out to Wasted Wives Co. I'll see your creative director on Saturday when I pick up my 2 cases of holiday wine. Shout out to Keisha, Dr. Toya, founder of By Default. Shout out to That's D. Marie, Lady Dawn Marie, Dawn Christian. Shout out to my cousin Darlene who's on here, and shout out to Ariana Chanel. Thank you all for joining, and please stick around as we play a few rounds of each of our card games. So you all kind of earlier explained the rules, but for folks who are just joining, if you could just tell us how to play, and how should we play virtually between the 4 of us? How can we engage people who are in the chat? Let us know what your preference is.
Who wants to take that one? Brandy, you're real good at explaining.
Yeah, I'll say, Brandy, you can take that one.
Okay, so for everybody that is just joining us, Spill It is into 3 levels. So you have your starter level. Yeah, there we go, Lex. You have your starter, yellow. We move on up to this beautiful sangria color. And have this fab blue color. Blue for Brandy, best for last. There we go. And we encourage, as you pick a card up, there's like a wine scale rating at the top of the card. So maybe just like take a sip before the first level. So that's one. Maybe 1 sip, then ask the question. You get to the second one, maybe take 2 sips and ask the question. That gets the crew going, and sometimes you just be talking a lot, and you forget to drink. So we're just helping you remember to keep it up.
So cute.
Yes. And that is the instruction cards. We have 4 instruction cards to kind of give you the energy around the game. They tell you how to play and more emphasis on like the wine scale rating. And as the cards level up, it's not necessarily that the cards are harder. It's just that your answers become more unfiltered as you have continuously been playing.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm already showing the question, but okay.
It's okay.
It's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We can start with level 1, and we just pull 1 from each, if that's okay with everybody. All right. So for the first one, I love this one. Okay. So for the first one, we'll take 1.
How many sips?
This is 1. Everybody ready?
All right. I've been drinking the whole time.
Yeah, me too. I done filled up already.
Yeah. I gotta go get my box of wine.
That box wine, girl, it's not that good.
It's not, but it gets the job done.
Oh Lord. We gonna talk about that later, okay?
She got to be saved. We got to put that up there in prayer.
I don't have enough time in the day to be getting a new bottle of wine every single day. Okay?
Get subscription service. You could do it.
Okay.
Spill It. homie hopping. Should you disclose any friends that you've had history with to your partner? And if so, when?
Damn, that's yellow.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I guess I should answer first.
Yeah, you first.
Okay, so should you disclose any friends who you've... Well, hold on. Repeat the question because I don't want to...
Okay, got you. Homie hopping. Should you disclose any friends that you have had history with to your partner? And if so, when?
Okay. All right. So, yes, I think you should. So it depends on the level of friendship. So if it's a friendship where it's like we're acquaintances and we don't talk often, then I feel like you don't need to tell your partner until maybe it's a situation where the person's about to be there. Because let's say you like overshare and you haven't seen this person in a year and you're not going to ever see them again. Even though they're friends, like you're cool, then that's fine. But I think that if that's the case, if you know this person's about to be at an event or you're like, oh crap, this person is here, I think you should tell them. And then if it's someone you talk to regularly, which is not me, I'm an Aries, so I have grudges and I just cut them off. But if that were the case, I think it's important to let your partner know when you're official. But would love to know y'all's thoughts and people in the chat too.
I'll go first because I think I changed my answer on this. Maybe it's because my birthday is approaching, but I'm not saying nothing. Like, I'm not saying nothing. I'm just going to talk my way out of it if it do come up. But he will never know because it will never come up. Like, it will never come up. Like, guys do be talking, but like, no, I'm just gonna do what niggas. Can we cuss?
Of course, it's mature content. 21 and up.
Okay. I'm not gonna cuss, but I'm gonna say the N word because I'm changing and growing. But I'm just gonna do what niggas do. I'm gonna just put it back on him. Like, you don't trust me? Like, I'm gonna just say something that flipped the script.
Don't do that to yourself, sweetheart.
Don't do that.
It's dirty, not cute.
I'm gonna flip the script so fast. We're not even gonna be talking about that no more. I don't want to talk about that.
I like to let it be known because I don't like the stuff catch up to me at the wrong moment and in the small talk. It don't be when we outside and we can like play around. It'd be the small group setting and now everybody looking at each other. So it would be me to get caught up at the wrong time. So for that, I think when you guys are like serious enough, like if we just air it out on people that are going to be in our vicinity consistently or that you consider a close friend, maybe you don't talk to them all the time, but maybe you're friends and something happened or etc. Then just like, let's just air that out. Cause it'd be me to get caught up. So,
I mean, if it's a reoccurring body, like it shows up.
A reoccurring body?
Like what I mean by this,
I feel that.
It shows up everywhere. Like,
yes.
You're not messing around no more, but like, okay, we going happy hour. I'm bringing my dude. You here again? Okay.
Yes.
You again?
Like,
Again?
I don't need no ponderosas. Like, if you get beside yourself and you say something, like, I don't. So it's just like, let's just mitigate that. If this is somebody that's just gonna be around, we got cookouts, we doing stuff. Homecoming season coming around. I'm bringing my boo to homecoming. Let me just put you on.
Please don't bring him to homecoming.
Here.
Don't bring him to homecoming. Do not bring him to homecoming. Right.
Y'all can't stay with me.
Carisha, please. Do not bring him to homecoming.
What's going on in Hampton?
I'm not saying I would, but if I was going to, there would have to be a conversation there. Like, because that body gonna resurface, gonna wash up on shore, and might say
the use of body.
Cause it's dead.
I do
go.
name
Exactly. So why we talking about it?
It's like no. But yeah. So yeah.
Okay, but okay. But if you're the friend, okay, let's just say you and your guy friend has something, but it's long gone or whatever, and they get a new girlfriend.
Please tell her.
Do you tell do you feel obligated to say something? And you and the girl kind of cool. You actually like her. Like, she's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
not my
dang,
place.
like,
Not my place.
y'all, like, but what if y'all hang out, like, outside of the group, like 101 or like, you know, in groups of 3 with her? Like, do you bring it up?
You went too far. As the girl, you went too far. Like, why
you get that close to her? You doing
because you really over her, and you know you do. Like, don't ever let you slip up. Like, don't let you be having a bad
that she would know about.
Yeah, like then that's not you really friends.
I feel like I had a friend who was in this situation, but with guys, not with girls, and I feel like it might. First of all, this is just messy, so I don't know. It might be you damned if you do, damned if you don't. But talk to the two. I feel like the person who was with the other person should have a conversation about who's about to tell who, and it might be like, look, if you don't tell them by X date, I'm gonna have to tell him because this is messy. But then also, once again, as an Aries who holds grudges, I'm not about to be friends with my ex's new girl. No. Mm-mm.
Nah, I'm with that.
Because I don't have a reason to be around you. We're not co-parenting, so I got to get along with the stepmother.
But y'all in the same friend group though. Like when you have kickbacks, wine nights, Friendsgiving, like that's one of your friends. Y'all just had something group. Back in the day.
I'll
cordial.
You choose my side.
Divide the group.
Friends. I think you can be. Y'all just cannot be hanging out like, oh, hey, girl, how was your day? Like, you can't be doing all of that. No, you need to sit there, and when she walk by, you say hey to everybody. Y'all,
right.
But I will say, y'all should be writers on Insecure. That would have made for an interesting season 5.
Yeah, because season 5 has not been. It has not been hidden for me. And I want to put that on record. I'm not really that enjoying season 5 of Insecure. It's like
3 episodes left.
I'm not feeling it.
I didn't watch Insecure, and it's my fault. One day I'm gonna sit down and watch it though. I've heard great things.
No episodes ever?
Never. Not even.
Wow, I know this is not Black Card Revoked, but woo.
I know. I would have lost it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's out of there.
Pull up to that. Okay, who should choose the next question, or did we not all answer that one?
We all answered.
Yep.
Okay. No new friends like that in the chat. KJC89. Me either. Okay. Okay, and play along in the chat, because, don't let us just be out here airing all our stuff.
Right. Let us know what y'all think. If y'all would disclose any history with friends.
You don't get a dissertation, but,
Just enough. Just enough for you to know.
Yes, no, maybe a nice little one-liner thing, or put a follow-up question in there if you want to know something.
Ooh, a follow-up question.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
As y'all choose the next question, I just want to say, this is very good Moscato. Like, every time I look at Moscato, when you first try wine for the first time, you probably pulled Moscato because you heard it in a rap lyric or whatever. But this is very good. It's not too sweet.
The wine is good. Like I'm gonna get like 3 bottles because it's just good. Like it really is good.
Like she has like a little try package, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to give me
wine. Mm-hmm.
Question.
All right. What's our next question?
Okay. Okay, gotcha. This is 2 questions. Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm. 2 sips. 2 sips. Okay.
Okay. How do you see yourself obtaining financial freedom?
It's business. That's an easy one.
Business.
Do you feel like you want to capitalize on pub? I guess what is your ultimate dream goal of what that looks like?
Yeah, so immediate goal is to be in at least one Black-owned brick and mortar, whether that's a wine shop, retailer, across major cities in the US. That's my immediate goal that I want to make happen. My long-term goal is to be featured on the shelves of major retailers, but more importantly, to like be a household staple name. Like the allegiance that Black people know and spades, and it's like, these not even Black owned. So everyone always jokes on like, Liz, you always coming for spades. I feel like my next reel is gonna be coming for spades, but it's like we have this strong connection to a game. We don't even know who like created it or whatever. We have the strong connection to Uno and specific rules for Uno, but they weren't even created by Black people except for Phase 10. Phase 10 was created by a Black man. So I would just love for, you know, I feel like Black Card Revoked has done a great job. Culture Tags has done a great job of becoming like a household staple name available everywhere. And I want that for POUP. And like, we are unapologetically a Black collegiate game. So like in the beginning, people were like, you want to make it just for everybody? No, no,
I don't.
It's okay for us to just have something for us. That's where the need is. And that's where my authentic experience comes from. So yeah, that's the goal. And I feel like now that I'm new to this business industry and this business world, I have all these ideas. So even though it's starting here, I can easily see myself. I feel like I have an entrepreneur mindset now. So whenever there's a gap, I was like, oh, I can make a business around that. So who knows what's next? But this is what it is for right now. But I would love to know y'all's answers.
I love that. I would love to financial freedom. Financial freedom for me would be like business casually do. So like, oh, where are you gonna get your nails done? The nail business I own. Like, I don't gotta have a passion around that, but I have the money to maybe put that out there, you know? Or just like, where are you going this weekend? Oh, I have a great hotel like I own. I'm gonna stay at the penthouse this weekend. But like, you know, that would be financial freedom for me to like invest in things that I'm consistently doing or consistently having, or just to be able to give like Black people money to do stuff they're passionate about. I mean, I like stuff, but I'm not like heads over heels about one thing. I'm very like ADHD in that. So if I could expand to just, I need this or I do that, let's maybe like, how can I capitalize off of that, you know? So that would be for me.
Shout out to Dancy with Money. Yes. Hampton alum, 5-year alum.
Yeah.
Investing aggressively / strategically, and definitely some entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Yes.
If you guys need influence to save, he does a great saving setup, and you will be surprised how much you save if you just direct deposit it, you know, or not.
That part. I feel like we know what we have to do. It's just a matter of doing it. And shout out to no one saying 4X or anything like that.
Yeah,
I
feel
like,
like
oh,
saying 4X,
got a new
right?
follower. Oh no, they got a chart in their bio. Remove.
Hello, love.
No.
The chart.
No, we sure.
My God.
It's like block.
Philip is not on the Dancing with Money is not on the 4X team. No 4X. He is not one of those. He's not one of those.
Just etc. But yeah. Shout out to those people making a nice little money. So.
Shout out to those people getting it how they live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with both of y'all. Definitely like Spill It. I want that to have its own income and like that be a part of it as well. But I think financial freedom was just having multiple streams and kind of having that just work for me, you know. And then I don't have like a number or anything set in mind, but I want to be able to move freely, try anything in this world that I want to do, experience travel the places that I want to travel, and be comfortable. Like, I think that's how you live this like a free life. So it's not like, oh, I need this amount or I need this. I just want to live a comfortable life for me and for my family to do what they want to do, and for them to start up businesses, things that I can pass down to my niece and my nephews and my kids one day, so everybody can have something, at least something to start with. So yeah, and Spill, I think, is the first step to that. But definitely like investing and like learning a little bit about learning about real estate and investing in some real estate too, and just having just good like business in general. Like, I feel like once you have like the structure of business and how it kind of works, you can really go and do anything. Like, you can go and do anything that you want to do if you have the basic principles and foundations of like professionalism, like sending a good email, answering on time, showing up and wearing a suit to like meet with somebody, or just showing up at things, you know. So
Speaking of wearing a suit, I'm really tired of going to the restaurants and nobody got on uniform. I don't know who worked there, bro. Like, nobody got on no t-shirts. Nobody has on anything. I just want that out there.
but you know, they on short staff right now. They taking anybody.
I should try, like, at least a t-shirt, you know, like a name tag, at least, like something.
Oh yeah, name tag. I need a name tag or something.
Something.
Like, Chris, is that your name, Chris? Thank you. No, thank you for the water. I did ask for a lemon, but I know you're gonna be right back. Like, yeah, I need the name.
Yeah. Okay, let me hear it because I got a great last question.
Yeah. Okay. I would echo everything that y'all said. I think the only thing I would add to it, especially, I don't know, just my own little journey I've been on for the last year and a half. For me, I would like anything that I'm doing that I have to do for work to be something that I enjoy. So for me to like be financially free, it's like, oh, I want to do this and I can make money by doing that. Like, it doesn't have to be a chore because it's something I wanted to do, something I was going to do anyway. And, you know, just finding my niche in those projects, I think for me, I don't want to be doing something that's like, oh, I'm just doing it for the check. I want to be able to like enjoy what I'm doing and making money while doing it. And then being able to do whatever I want to when I want to. I'm still disciplined there. You know, that's something I'm working on right now. But like, if I want to do something, it's all about, the question isn't can I, it's when. And I think that for me is like financial freedom. I don't got to answer to nobody. The only person I got to answer to is God and myself.
Ooh,
so we do.
Amen.
Lord, you said I could. I'm like, we there.
I felt
Preaching.
that was good.
I love it.
That was good. Let's pull up to that. That was good.
Yeah,
I'm almost
that was good.
Don't have me finishing the bottle on live.
That was good. I felt that.
Also, are y'all joining from North Carolina or like different parts of the U.S.?
We all live in different places. I live in Charlotte. Brandy lives in D.C. and Christian is in San Jose.
Brandy, you're in D.C.? I'm in Capitol Heights.
And I almost came to see you last week, but that's another story for another day. At the market, so we'll have to talk about that. We'll have to do something and talk about it. I was this close to come to see you.
No, we have to connect now. Like, it's gonna happen. So.
Oh yeah, and you yeah. So shout out to you. I mean, we definitely like. I always feel so inspired by your page because you just go out, you do the events, and you just be out there. I'm like, yes, but you know what, people, that's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not. And I'm gonna make I just keep saying I'm gonna make content out of these issues, but yeah, I'm gonna make a reel off of the different people at vendor events that come to your table.
Oh, yeah, please do.
But I will say the vendor events, especially, I know y'all are in different areas, you can monopolize off of it.
Yeah.
Quicker for right now in my business than like waiting on e-commerce to come through. No, for sure. Like, you get to have people test out your product and purchase and support. But the reactions are hilarious. You have people who walk by, because, you know, it's like, look, it's too many vendors. Don't talk to me. And then people could be like,
what that is?
Yeah. Because, you know, I'm going to tell you, honestly, this is my only, like, piece of advice. Do the vendor events because no shade to our brothers and sisters who are entrepreneurs in other fields, but nobody's at vendor events with card games. Like, you got your candles, you got your scents, you got your shea butters. There's not going to be another card game. So with the quality of your product and the fact that it's a card game and people get to play a few cards, I feel like that's all it takes to make the sale. So yeah, just want to share that with you.
Yeah, that is definitely our goal. Like, we talk about that passionately because we've seen the impact and how easy, like, as soon as I can get you to see, like, this is what we have, you will. But it's the getting you to see what we got, and I got to be there. And it's not easy. But that is a goal for us to like professionally grow as people and business. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So that was great. Last question. Everybody ready?
Yes. Oh, yeah. How many? So we got to take 3?
Yeah. So just finish your cup.
Well, I report, so I'm just
okay.
Take it slow.
It's still a school night. Okay. Everybody ready? Mm-hmm. All right. Faking orgasms. Is it okay to fake it sometimes? Or B, absolutely not. That is earned.
Absolutely not. I've never ever in my life.
Go to jail.
No, we're not faking that. No.
You can fake a lot of things. You can fake moan. You can fake groan. You can fake say this is yours. You can fake daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But you can't fake. It ain't know you what's in you. You know what I'm saying? You can't fake if it happens or if it don't. Like,
I have done it like at least once or twice.
But I have done it one time though.
Maybe when you're young and you don't know, like, was that it? Like, maybe you're like, oh, this is what I saw in porno. I guess this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But once you know, it's like, nope, we just gonna wait. Or it just won't be.
Try again next week.
So what happens if you don't get to the O? Do you coach?
Oh, that's good.
I mean, was it still a good game though? I mean, you don't win every game, but did you play well? Like,
see the male ego, but no, we don't care about that. So I honestly feel like I don't know, like guy, I don't know, because if the guy does before you, it's like, well, damn, you didn't wait.
Waste everybody's time now.
But I guess that's done. I don't know. It depends on. Okay, let's just be real. It depends on the partner. Is this your only monogamous partner? Then we can have conversations about that didn't work or whatever. Let's try this next time. But if it's a one night stand, it's like, damn, I didn't really take the time to get to know this person, so let alone me coach this person.
Hey, so next time, not with me though, but this is what you need to do.
Not with me though, but be safe out there. Be safe.
But maybe it will be a next time because maybe what if everything else was great, but that maybe you just didn't get a leg shake, but everything else was a great time.
Leg shake.
I mean, but honestly, do you have an orgasm most of the times you have sex though?
Yes. I'm in a relationship.
Oh,
I
okay.
can say that.
I mean, what's the point of eating all the sides and then leaving the main thing? Did you really have a meal?
Yeah. I think that's the perk of variety.
A baked potato, a side salad, and some broccoli, and you just picked at everything else and you just left the steak on the table and got up and left?
Sounds like a vegan.
Sometimes I'm full off of my sides.
What?
And I'll come back for the main thing.
You need to eat some more.
Here, the O is the main thing. So, did the sides give you the O? If not,
I don't know.
Sides will be all right, but it's not
so hungry. That's all.
But this is why I just like head, because every time we can get there, and I can steer the ship if you a little lost, but every time we can make that happen. So I don't know. They say most 80% of women don't, climax during sex though.
Wow,
that's really sad. But we're above average. You shouldn't settle.
You're already above and beyond.
You should not settle.
Don't settle.
Cheers to not settling.
Cheers
to not settling.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Okay, so since we cheers, and I'm ready to play. I'm ready to play a game. I'm ready to get at least do 1 or 2 cards if we have some time, real quick.
I have time. So I know y'all did 3 cards. I'll do 3 cards, and then we'll wrap it up. This is the longest IG live I've had, but it's 3 of you, and this is amazing. And I think there's just something special because we're Black women in the card game industry. So, how do you play PWI? I know that for myself personally, as a Black person, I do not read the rules of card games. I get very overwhelmed and I'm like, why are there rules? So I made it so if you don't read the rules, it's okay. But all you do is you pick a card, you read the card, it's going to ask you a question, or it's going to tell you to do something. And most likely, it's going to make you po up.
Oh,
so,
Lord.
I'm just going to pull from the bottom of the deck, and we will go in the order of how I see you all on my screen. So Brandy, Elexxus, and Christian. That will be the order for answering the question.
Right back.
Okay. So the first category, there's 9 categories in each game. This category is Black School Pride. Around the room, name different HBCUs. So
Okay.
I'm going to start it off, and then it's going to go from Brandy to Elexxus to Christian. And let's see how far we can get. But as you probably have figured out, whoever messes up has to po up.
I'm down for that.
All righty. So I will start. Claflin.
Fort Valley State.
Texas Southern.
What happened?
You got to name a Black school.
She just came back from wine, so we'll give it to her.
Put this one out. Or are we gonna start over? I don't know.
You can go. You can. Well, okay. Y'all want to start over real quickly?
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll
let's
still
start
say
over.
the same one. So Claflin.
Fort Valley State University.
Texas Southern.
FAMU.
Lincoln University.
Hampton University.
Jackson State.
Tuskegee.
South Carolina State.
Howard University.
Alcorn.
Morgan State.
Cheney. Not the rise.
What was it? Oh God.
Hey, Brandy,
No,
go
Po
ahead
up. Po up. Po up.
But here's the kicker. I literally watched your video earlier today when y'all were playing. Y'all had did so many rounds. I was like, all right, I'm gonna write these down because I know.
Well, why was Howard so late though? Because you're playing with Hampton alumni. Come on, they're
Yeah.
not gonna name Howard in the first round.
I only said I'm in the DMV, you know. So, but shout out to Howard, the beautiful campus. They got too many hills for me, but that is a gorgeous campus. On top
And
of the
shout
hill.
Students for sticking to their guns about
Yeah, shout
how
out to them.
because I stood in solidarity the whole time. I was so proud of them.
Okay,
No.
Hampton, when they go low, you go high. Because, you know, Howard, they be coming for you. We have a question that says, who has the most obnoxious alumni? And everybody always says Howard. And Howard, they come for you. I'm not going to
They
lie.
do.
They do, but
Every time.
we are the standard of excellence. I will cover us too. I will cover us. I can hold them. I argue with the best too.
Argue the best.
I'm not mad at him.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so for this next question, the category is the Great Debate. So as you can imagine, it's a debating topic. So I'm going to choose 2 people to debate this topic. And randomly, I'm going to choose Christian and Elexxus.
Oh.
So in your
Yikes.
opinion, the chat has to vote, and Brandy and I will vote as well. Which state has the best schools for Black students, in your opinion? Which state has the best schools for Black students?
Do we get options?
No, it's the Great Debate, so you have to choose what you think it is, and you have to make your case.
A state?
Mm-hmm.
And you're talking about college schools.
Yep. Which state has the best schools for Black students?
Okay. I'm gonna be biased and say Virginia.
Okay.
I'm going to say Georgia
There you go. Somebody was
and
just
Atlanta, like the city. That's what I'm going to say.
Please make your case. Christian, we'll start with you. I'm
Well,
judge.
I'm
What was the judge's name again?
Accredited programs, grad and undergrad, you know, some esteemed alumni, you know, we got Booker T. Washington, and he founded a whole different college.
Tuskegee.
Like, I don't know a lot of college alumni, Hampton or HBCU alum, that actually go on to find another university. And I think that's pretty cool because it's like, you know, our reach extends. And, you know, we have so much historic, you know, monuments. I mean, Hampton, again, I'm biased. We got the Emancipation Oak. I don't know about any other colleges that had like the first reading of the Emancipation Proclamation read to slaves. So, you know, I'm gonna say, you know, Virginia, I think they got it with the just cultural, ancestral legacy that carries over class after class after class after class after class after class.
Christian with the commercial for Howard University. Please pay Christian. Just swipe student loans.
You know?
Well, I want to thank my opponent for that beautiful spiel right there. And I just want to say, like, why Virginia might not be the best for Black students, because it's way too much slave history there if they're not progressive. And I think when you think about culture in school, you want Black students to attend a Black school, but you also want them to feel comfortable in their city. Like, and in Atlanta, you have Black entrepreneurs, Black people in tech, Black people in finance, Black people in education and health. Like, it's just so much Black excellence there. The students can see themselves outside of the campus, and it's just excellence and the culture. Like, if you're into music and art and being creative, like, you know, the Tyler Perry studio is there, and then it's got campus there, and it's that hub. Like, even just the AUC hub itself is amazing. Like, you hop homecomings like that whole week, and you just get to experience different types of Black people, different types of alumni, and the pride just goes a long way. So I think Georgia and Atlanta specifically is more progressive with like where we want to see our Black people and our Black students grow. And I think Virginia is just a little stuck in the past a bit. So therefore, Atlanta and specifically Georgia, the state, would be a better option.
Okay.
You realize that Georgia was also a slave state, so there is slavery.
Not the rebuttal. Not the rebuttal.
Virginia was.
Virginia,
All right. So for the folks in the
like,
chat, what is your vote? Are you voting for Georgia or Virginia? And to remind you of the question, it was which state has the best schools for Black college students? Are you voting for Virginia or are you voting for Georgia? Based on those excellent cases, y'all really went there.
Thorough. It was a great job, guys. Round of applause.
Y'all did a great job. Like, I was like, ooh, and Christian came through with a rebuttal. Like, well, actually, when we talk about slavery, let's get into Georgia.
Yes, you know, all states have history, you know what I'm saying? But we're focused on where we're going to go, not what has been. So they were both slave states, but the slave mentality is where in Georgia. Sorry.
All right, we're going to need your votes to come through. I see one vote, but I don't want to sway the vote by saying it out loud. Okay, I see 2 votes. So far we have 2 votes for Georgia. All things Shavia gave us a clap, but not a vote. So let us know if you have a vote. Let's see. I'm trying to give wait time.
Okay.
Virginia. Okay, Virginia. Oh, 2 for Virginia, 2 for Georgia. Do we have a tiebreaker? Who won this round?
Can you repeat the question for the folks?
Virginia, the question just one more time, just in case. Which state has the best schools for Black college students? All right. Going. Ooh. Oh, wait, no. They said the same person. But okay. Going once, going twice, going 3 times, and Christian, you got it.
Dang.
Even though you really focused all on Hampton, you were like, yeah, so about Hampton. Forget the other schools in Virginia, but yeah, let's just get into Hampton history. Thank you. I learned something.
It is a beautiful school.
BA all the way.
Okay.
All right.
Just a little plug. Hampton is completely surrounded by water, and it is just gorgeous. So if you ever get to go,
gorgeous. It is gorgeous.
I haven't visited yet, but I hope to. And I also don't know if everyone in the chat voting went to Hampton, but you know, I'm not trying to take your win away, Christian. Oh my
I'm with the
God.
Georgia people, so I'm here for that.
Last question for you
All
all, and this is for anyone to answer. It's a truth or double dog dare. So truth or dare question, and it's a truth one. What's a sexual experience you wish you had in college? And if you refuse to answer, you can take the L by, pulling up.
That's good.
Not Elexxus with the face.
Oh, in college, I'll start. I feel like college is where like girls try other girls, and it's just like, oh, like yeah, like I slept with a girl. That was like so college, like I didn't do that in college, so yeah, I guess like so I have, I don't have that story to tell I'm gonna tell that to my kids, but I don't have that story to tell.
Okay, Katy Perry. Okay. That's a good one. I haven't heard that one yet in response to this question. That's a good one.
That is good.
Well, I'm a police. My mom is on the call.
Ah, she said she was taking a sip too. That's what geeked me out.
She's taking a sip right now.
Yeah. This is crazy, but I wish I had been a hoe for a little while, like a good year of hoeing. You know what I'm saying? Like
rotation.
Yeah, like a good solid year of just like keeping that up. I tried it for a week and I was exhausted. Not me, but if I had got a good year in, that would have been a time to be alive. Safety first, but. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I mean, I think another good host story would have been like trying. That's too much. I shouldn't even want to know this.
Speak your truth. It transfers. Come on.
Speak your truth.
But if the girls wanted to be a hoe, if the girls wanted to explore, for all the children out there, and the kids that just want to explore, it would be nice to have all the flavors of the athletes to compare, all the flavors of the fraternities to compare. Anything else?
Flavors, I don't think like based on the sport. So like basketball, soccer.
One from each team, baby. Line them up and let me rate you 1 to 10 so I can go tell my homegirls. The fraternities the same way, and
I think you could not line them up though, like especially like fraternity wise. I think they have their own strengths. Like I feel like,
but they also have
need
their
to
own stereotypes though. But they have their stereotypes, and I would want to know:
do they live up to that?
Yes,
that's what I'm saying. But everyone has a different stereotype, so like that's what I'm saying. It's not a compete. It's do you live up to the stereotype of what you have joined into?
I would want to know.
Okay.
I would want to know.
That's a great.
Of course, I'm long person.
You're coming up with great ones. I'm like, dang, yeah.
Another one that just popped in. Oh gosh, these should not be coming so easy. I was not like this.
Okay, y'all wilding now.
I would have low key wanted to know what that student teacher be hitting for. Like if the student teacher thing is
what you need to go back to college, okay? You are answering 5 answers.
That's good. If you could get an A for throwing that head, like
if I could get an A for throwing that
yeah. Not throwing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's a good one, Lex. That's a good one.
Those were really good. Those were really good questions. Yeah, and y'all got me trying to share too much, but yeah, I'm so glad that I did college the way I did. And then yeah, there are still things like with the rotation, I feel like too loyal to people. One of my cards is pull up if this lyric reflects your college dating life. We ain't going steady. We just be fucking around. Like, I should have leaned into that more. I was just like, oh my gosh, what do you mean you're talking to multiple people? Like, what about me? Like, I should have been like, okay, keeping that same energy. Cool.
Yeah. a good solid host stage, like just out here, and not like you're just sleeping with everybody, but it's just like you just do whatever, like it's just whatever.
Do whatever
you
you
like.
want. No pressure.
Yeah, you was
But
with him today.
for the college students out there, let me tell you. Once you get out of college and you make it to the big leagues in your 20s, you got your degree and you got a little money in your pocket, and now you went to another bracket with niggas with money for real. Oh baby, take it. Have it right then and there. Like when you graduate until you're ready to get married or settle down or whatever you want to do. Listen, the world is yours. The world is yours.
No rose-colored glasses.
Yeah, college is not the end of that, and it can really start after college, because then you got trips and gifts and
trips.
Fly everywhere. You don't have class.
Shout out to the thrown out girl. Yeah.
For me, and
no dorm room, no lofted beds.
No dorm room experiences. No.
They're making this sound great, but when you do graduate, all of them is not gonna be in beds. They still gonna be on the mattress. So
I'm not even gonna speak on that. I'm not even gonna speak on it. But you raised a valid point.
Okay. So if you up a few ages, then maybe that's facts. You can't stick with your peer group, though. I tell you that.
Peer group.
No, you can't stick with your peer group, baby. You're gonna have to explore a little bit.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, y'all, this has been so much fun. I do have one more question for you before we hop off, and that is, how can we support Spill It Card Game? I always like to say, I hope that purchasing your card game is a given. I hope that following you all is a given. But what's an intentional way that we can support you all that maybe people don't think about all the time when it comes to supporting Black-owned businesses? How can we support you?
That's good.
I can take this one, Brandy.
Yeah.
And then add on, if you feel. Definitely, like, follow, support, purchase, yes. But like, also, we love getting footage from you guys playing, like sending in footage of y'all game night, or even just like DMing us and telling us like, oh my gosh, this question just popped up. I love it. Like, things like that really kind of keeps us going. So those small things go a long way. Even if it's like, I saw it, like my friend had it, and I watched y'all page, and it was just nice to see it, like see the game. We love that. But definitely footage of gameplay. We love seeing it. We take our own footage too, but like, we like to know what's going on in y'all wine nights, your game nights. And we like to use that type of content too. So we keep it raw and authentic. Because that's a big part of our brand, is being authentic with our conversations and being real about who we are and speaking our truth. So sending in your game footage, sending in your reviews, sending in your like kudos, and even your constructive criticism as well. We'd love to hear it all.
Yeah, I would co-sign all of that. And I think I would say just play the game. You bought it, you support it, take that with you. Take it with you to the bar, to the club, whatever. It's always a good time to pull out a question and talk to somebody. You're never not talking to somebody. So just play. Tell the game to your friends. I think word of mouth is so important. And honestly, after you play, it's a good time. So you just like, oh, what's this? It's cool. I think that's like really that's how I feel about Black Card Revoked. It blew up because we were playing with our family members. It's like, oh, what's this? It's like, oh, girl, I got this on Amazon. So do the same thing with Spill It. Tell your friends where you got it from. And even pull up. Like, tell your friends, like, oh, this is a good time. Like, buy it, play it, take it with you, put it in your bag. Buy two, put one in your bag, put one in the house, So that's what I would say.
Christian, I know you had gotten
I think I'm official.
I hear you.
Shout out. Okay. I think everybody kind of knows like how social media works and stuff, but like engagement is like key. So it's like when we post, like engage. Like, I mean, even just like some laughing emojis, even if you save it, you share it on your story, like those little tiny things really go a long way for exposure, but then also just like it lets us know that y'all see us, see us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I would say talk to us when we doing polls on our stories. Like, we want to hear from you.
And the only way you can know that we are doing polls is if you follow us. If you do not follow us, this is prime time. At spilletcardgame.com is the website. Oh no, at spilletcardgame is the IG, and then spilletcardgame.com is the website, which we talked about, and it's beautiful. The people have agreed. So this is a prime time to do that.
Well, I cannot believe that we have been on for almost 2 hours.
I know, that's crazy.
Which speaks to like the quality of both card games and just like, you know, supporting Black women in the card game industry. Brandy, we are, now that I know you live in DC, we're gonna have to connect in person because I'm big on that for those who are in the DMV. So we're gonna try to connect, maybe if not before the holidays, at least in the new year. And then, you know, Christian and Elexxus, whenever we're able to link up, it's all good. But let's just thank like Camellia of Ebony Wine and Spirits for, you know, like that's all kind of the bridge where I was like, oh, okay, I see Spill It on there.
Yeah, she's great.
She's amazing.
She's great.
Amazing.
Really be looking out.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you know, Black people, we struggle with saying goodbye, closing out the lives and stuff, so I'm not gonna have to say goodbye 1,000 times, but I do want to thank you. Shout out to Hampton University. Y'all are really killing it, representing. If y'all haven't heard already, please follow Spill It Card Game on Instagram. Go to the website. Even if you're not purchasing today, which would be a mistake, you should purchase. But even if you just want to look at the aesthetics to just make your day better, the aesthetics are really amazing. Like the layout is amazing. If you are another business, just look at the website for some tips and just take notes on what to do with the website because it is amazing. But like they said, please, if you have the game, when you buy the game, take your video content, send them the content, tag them, and engage with their content if you are following, because you should follow, because these things matter to growing and scaling a business and, you know, building the social proof that we need.
And thank you for having us. When people have games, you don't have just one. So Spill It and Pull Up, you got to get them both. The holidays are approaching. You can never, nobody has a house just with Uno. Like, come on now. Like, you can't have a house with just Spill It. You gotta have the other one too. So thank you for having us on your platform and for enjoying this conversation with us and letting us talk to you about our journey and talking to us about your journey and sharing your cards with us and playing with us. So thank you for opening up in that manner. And I can't wait for you and Brandy to meet. And, you know, I'm always a plane right away. I'll pull up. So, but we'll meet soon for sure in some other circumstances. But
definitely.
Thank you, y'all.
Of this, I would love to see us continue to do things like this. And it's not something that you see often because it's like we're both technically competitors, but it's like, again, we all like there's enough food at the table for all of us to eat. So it's like if we can support you and you can support us, like I think that that's a win just across the board.
Not the comments. All things Shania. Bye. This was so cool. All right, now bye for real. No, I'm just kidding.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Brandy, Elexxus, Christian, sending positive vibes and energy your way with Spill It Card Game. Thank you so much, and we will be in touch.
Yes, thank you. Bye, guys. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.